Welcome back to another video, 3 weeks in a row. I know it's crazy, but here we are again. This time we're gonna take on tackling best Halloween shoes, spookiest Halloween shoes of all time, however you wanna say that. I'm Tyler.
I'm Evan.
We both work at CleanKIX. Make sure if you like the content, you like the video, subscribe to the YouTube. You can follow us on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the good stuff. And TikTok. Make sure you follow TikTok because Evan has been posting some bangers.
But they're not hitting. Shout out to whoever commented on the last video, and make sure you wait till the end for our new secret word to get shout out in the next video.
All right, before we start this, we will just say Freddy Krueger SBs will not be on either of the lists because those are already definitively the best Halloween sneakers of all time. And if you think that I'm wrong or you have a different opinion, you're wrong and your opinion is invalid. So that's tough.
Wrong, 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 you're wrong.
Can you
Just
say
kidding.
it like last time?
I'm kidding. I'm kidding, but it is wrong. Anyways.
You go first.
You want me to go first?
I want you to go first.
I feel like I've been talking a lot. You should go first.
I'll go first. All right, so are we doing honorable mentions first?
Honorable mentions.
All right, so I only got one honorable mention. Can't speak. It's the All Hallows Eve Off-White blazer.
Honorable mention, huh?
Yeah.
Didn't even make the list.
I was going to, and it might have. It should have.
It made my list. But we'll talk about that.
That's one I thought you weren't gonna have.
You weren't?
You
didn't think I was gonna have those?
I don't know why. Because it's not really like a Halloween. You don't really think Halloween when you see those. For me personally.
Okay.
Even though it says Hallows Eve in the beginning, but yeah.
For sure. Okay, so why is it honorable mention? Why is it not on the list?
It's kind of basic. I thought they were fire, and then you kind of turned me on to them, and you're like, they're kind of basic, and I was like, you're kind of right.
No, hold on. I said I think the white and black ones are basic. I mean, those ones are also pretty basic, but I feel like they're just clean.
It started with the white and black ones. I really liked the white and black ones, and then I was gonna buy them, and I never did, and then it kind of just spread like the bubonic plague throughout the sneaker. Halloween, bro.
Big words, wow.
Bubonic? That's not even a plague. Epilepsy. That's not a plague either.
The bubonic was definitely a plague. Okay.
What do you got
well,
next?
they made my list just because simple, clean, and I feel like they came out around a time where Off-White and Nike had kind of a lot of collaborations.
And they're putting out bangers.
Yeah, but this one was like a little bit different. It was more Halloween themed. I don't know. When I think Halloween, like the first color, at least for me, that comes to mind is orange.
Definitely.
And playing on those two tones of orange, I really feel like kind of embodies Halloween. So
I can respect that.
Yeah. So.
And you can, I don't know if they're actually, none of my shoes are wearable in my list.
Yeah, they're kind of tough wears, all of them.
Orange is tough.
So my honorable mention actually is not even out yet. They come out this year. It's the Halloween Cauldron SBs. They had a shock drop for them earlier this week that was really interesting. What happened was you had to log on to the Nike app and then you had to kind of scratch them off and then like this short little video played. I don't know. I just thought like everything kind of like involving the release was really cool. I don't know if I love the shoes as much. They're kind of just, yeah, maybe in hand they look better. But I thought the release was really cool, so that would just be at least an honorable mention for me.
That's fair, but it puts another step to copying shoes in the way, and especially on sneakers.
I also had to figure out what I was doing there. I was really confused.
You were just like tapping it?
I was just like on the screen, I was like, oh, that's doing something.
Yeah.
Here we are.
Yeah.
All right, what you got? Onto the list, heavy hitters.
All right, this is an extra heavy hitter.
Okay.
The Day of the Dead SBs.
Those are on my list too.
There we have the same list. I'm convinced.
We might have the same list, but we'll see.
There's not a whole bunch of like Halloween
theme sneakers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the ones that are out there are pretty good. I don't know. I feel like this was when like, especially Dunk SB hype was like pretty nice. And I wouldn't necessarily in his prime. What do you think? Because they released, when did they release?
2006.
2006. Yeah.
Yeah.
So SBs were like.
That's like a pretty popular year. Yeah. But these are like very controversial shoe because they were only released in Mexico and Canada. Mexico makes sense. Day of the Dead. It's a celebration down there. Canada, kind of like a middle finger to America. But I think it's funny. I think it's funny. But the shoes in and of itself, some really cool features on them with all of like, you know, the skeletons and everything else. It's like on the print of the shoe, the color blocking of the shoe. Again, a lot of orange, which like I said before, that's the first color that comes to mind when I think Halloween. And then even the soles, how they're translucent with the orange sole and then kind of everything on the bottom of those. really cool.
I love just the textures they use. Like on the swoosh, they use like some sort of like snake skin, and then how the like leather wraps around the seams on like all the edges with purple. That's nice.
There's a reason that they are $7,000.
Yeah. Easy pocket change.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay,
you
so
got?
onto my list, I'll pull out something that I don't think is going to be on your list. I have the Air Foamposite Paranormans.
That was not on my list.
Obviously, Foamposites now, not a very popular model, but I feel like a model that is getting more and more in demand and that has been rumored to start coming back. I may be mistaken, but I thought next year we're going to get some more Foamposite colorways, which would be cool. It was a shoe for me that growing up I would see and I would be like, that's kind of an ugly shoe. Like, I don't really like that.
That's where I'm at.
Yeah, the patent, and just like, they just look like bricks on your feet, really.
Yeah.
But in more recent years, and by years I mean this year, and by this year I mean the last few months, I've really started to like Foamposites more and more, and kind of like the culture and the history behind them, and people who have like crazy Foamposite collections. I think that's super cool. It's very unique. But these shoes in particular, not a whole lot going on. It's just kind of like the black Foamposite with some green, like ghoul-like kind of features. But again, one of those things when I think about Halloween, that's kind of one of the things that I think about. I don't know, just like that concept of Halloween, like ghouls, ghosts, and I think they did a really, really solid job kind of embodying that into the shoe.
I can respect that. I think foams are ugly, but I can also respect.
Plus, it was like released along with the movie Paranorman to help promote it, and like very exclusive, very hard to get your hands on pairs. And I think that's kind of another thing that makes like holiday shoes special, is how hard they are to get. So
because everybody wants them.
Yeah.
The Christmas has some bangers.
Christmas.
I like.
Can't
That's
wait for
coming
that
next.
Christmas video.
That's
That'll
coming
be
next.
a fun one. That'll be a fun one.
All right. Next up on my list, Night of Mischief dunks. I just SBs, like SBs. SBs are way better than normal dunks in every shape, way, and form.
I agree.
I'm not a big just normal dunk guy. I think I've decided I'm good with SBs. That's the majority of my list. But
What do you like
they're
about
just
the shoe?
Look. Do you see the midsole? It's a spider web under the swoosh. In the orange, actually I don't like orange that much, if I'm being honest. But the green undersole, it just works. Like you take purple, like orange and green, and you have to put it in a shoe. I just think that's hard to do. Like, cause they don't go together super well. And if you do too much of one color, it looks funky. And I think they had a really good, like look, there's like a perfect amount of purples and perfect amount of orange, perfect amount of green. It all works out.
Yeah, I was kind of like whatever, I think, to them at first, but having seen pairs now, like in person, on foot, they actually look pretty phenomenal, I'm not gonna lie. That's
something about them. Yeah. When I first saw them, I kind of liked them actually. I was kind of here for it, yeah. And I'm not usually I don't like black midsoles, something about it. Black and gray midsoles, I can't do it, can't do it.
Okay, I just have one more shoe on my list.
I got one more shoe too.
I'm sure it's probably the same shoe. This may be number 2 behind Freddy Krueger. I don't know.
I didn't put this one on my list. I knew you were gonna put it on there, so I took it out.
What is it?
Mummy.
Of course, Nike Dunk Low SB Mummies. Had a pair, ended up selling it because I was like, I'm not gonna wear this outside of just the month of October. But
they shot up.
They did shoot up, and just like you think about a mummy, right? Kind of glowing eyes, like the toilet paper kind of falling off, like everything about a mummy.
Toilet paper?
Yeah. Okay, cloth,
Yeah,
whatever you want to call it.
It's fine, toilet paper.
Just like kind of falling off, kind of like, you know.
Like peeling almost is what I describe
exactly.
it as.
That's a good word. That's the word I was looking for. And they put that into a shoe. There's a couple details on the shoe where it looks like it's almost like you could rip the material off, like it's gonna fall off. The mummy eyes on the back, the glow in the dark, the spider on the toe box. And then the color, and then the extra laces, the lime green laces.
The lime green laces
match.
are nice.
Yeah, like super, super clean pair of shoes. Great execution on the shoes. My only beef with it was like the release of those was really weird. Like mostly just an overseas release, but it is what it is. You can't have them all. So
one thing I can really, really respect, especially in that shoe, is when you can make it subtle, but there's so much to it at the same time. Like the glow in the dark sole.
Yeah.
You would like usually if you look at it, you wouldn't really notice it. And there's like it's like mostly like what do you call that, beige?
I think it's coconut milk. That's what it says on the box.
Coconut milk, yeah. It's just like it's subtle, but there's the green and it glows in the dark. It's like I can respect that.
Yeah. All right. What's the last shoe on the list?
This kind of plays into that sort of like basic, but like no, I wouldn't say basic. Like what do you even call it?
Generic.
Sort of like you wouldn't like kind of I'm trying to think. I'm not.
I think I know what you're trying to say.
like with the mummies, how they're like subtle, but they pop. And that's where like I think they're just called the Nike Dunk Low Halloween. Like that's
The ones released last year?
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because you put them under like a light or put them in, they glow in the dark. They glow in the dark. The whole thing, like the black part, you look at it normally and maybe it's like a little bit shiny, you don't really notice it. But once it goes in the dark, the whole bottom lights up and then like the whole pattern like kind of reveals itself.
Isn't on the black part, like there's like spiders and like ghosts and stuff, and when they're under, like when they're lighting up, that's like outlined and like, so super cool.
Yeah, and it's I like how they use like sort of like a charcoal black with like a cream white and a like orange. It kind of tones everything down and makes it all work.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't have anything else to say. I think it's a great shoe.
I think they're cool.
Again, a weird release though. Like load it onto the sneakers app, load it off, load it on, load it off.
Seems like how it's all going now.
Nah, it is what it is.
All right. Out. And that list was not I just want to say that list wasn't an order for anything. It wasn't like one to whatever. These aren't my favorite. Freddy Krueger's are the best, but
obviously.
That's why I had to say that.
And there's obviously pairs that we missed. So if you agree, you disagree on the list, make sure you leave it down in the comments what your favorite personal Halloween pair is or what you think a slept on Halloween pair is. Yeah, let us know. And then we can have a discussion about it.
Yeah.
Make sure you like the video, subscribe down below, follow us on Twitter. I'm telling you, one day we're gonna have a giveaway on Twitter. It's gonna be crazy. Follow us on Twitter, Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, whole 9 yards.
Pretty much everything.
Yeah. Next Saturday, November 5th, we are gonna be at the Utah Sneaker Convention. It's gonna be down in Lehi. So if you're local, make sure you come through, support the vendors, make fun of Evan.
Wait, yeah. Just give me your best.
You can give Evan a hug and you can tell him.
They're not giving me hugs. I ain't trying to get lice.
If you have any neutral grays, Jordan 1 lows in a size 11 that you need to sell,
or 10.5, or 10, 9, 8, 13.
Any pair, Evan will buy them from you. So make sure you come through for that. And the secret word in honor of Evan today is going to be Rebellionaire. So make sure you comment that down below.
Wow, you really did throw. What did I call it when I first said
Rebel Lionaire?
Rebellionaire. Oh man, I can't say it now.
Can you say it?
Rebellionaire.
Hey, my man. All right. And now over to